तो क्लासिकल ग्रुप्स और रिप्रेजेंटेशन थ्योरी के सेमिनार सीरीज में आप सभी का स्वागत है। एक बात दिक्कत हो तो रही है, दिखाई पड़ भी रहा है वो कि लगातार प्रतिभागियों की संख्या कम होती जा रही है। अब क्यों कम हो रही ये समझ में नहीं आता है। अगर लगता हो और ये हम लोग आपस में डिस्कस भी कर सकते हैं कि हफ्ते में 2 दिन की बजाय 1 दिन करें, क्योंकि शायद लोगों को होमवर्क जो रहते हैं और बहुत सारी फीलिंग्स जो हैं उसको करने में और समझने में समय लगता है। तो ये हम लोग आपस में डिस्कस करके सोच सकते हैं कि हम जो है हफ्ते में 1 दिन करें कि 2 दिन करने दे रहे हैं।
ये देख लें। और एक और बात है कि थोड़ा सा डिस्कशन, थोड़ा सा और इनको इनफॉर्मली और भी मिलकर और करते रहें तो ज़्यादा अच्छा है। और कोई इसमें बहुत तो फॉर्मल होने की बात तो है नहीं, और डाउन टू ग्राउंड पे आकर के कुछ चीज़ें होती रहें और खुल करके सब लोग डिस्कस करें। छोटी छोटी चीज़ें भी कभी कभी होती हैं कि मिस कर जाती हैं, तो अच्छा रहेगा कि उसको डिस्कस करें। ये तो सब अभी तो बेसिक चीज़ें ही हैं, तो कोई ऐसी बात नहीं है, और ये बेसिकली लीनियर अलजेब्रा ही है, तो कोई ऐसी बात नहीं है। तो देख लें जैसा भी हो। और मंडे को तो शायद मैथमेटिकल सोसाइटी का वो भी है, कुछ प्रोग्राम होगा, तो शायद मंडे को तो हम लोग नहीं करें। तो ज़्यादा कि मंडे को कुछ है शायद ना, इंडियन मैथमेटिकल सोसाइटी का कुछ ऐसा आया था।
होगा सर, ध्यान नहीं दिया हमने। तो
देख
आया
लें
होगा।
सभी।
हाँ ठीक है।
और सभी पार्टिसिपेंट, सभी स्टूडेंट से हमारा रिक्वेस्ट है कि वो खुल करके पूछें। और इसमें ये क्या, ये जो व्हाइट बोर्ड में क्या कोई ऐसा और अरेंजमेंट नहीं हो सकता है कि उधर से भी कुछ लिखें और कुछ डिस्कस करें? ऐसा कुछ हो सकता है, आपस में भी डिस्कस कर सकते हैं।
ये हो सकता है सर, स्क्रीन तो कोई भी अपनी शेयर करके और बातचीत कर सकता है, लिख सकता है, वो कोई बड़ा इशू नहीं है।
तो ऐसा
किसी
कुछ हो
को
कि
कुछ लिखना हो, पूछना
स्टूडेंट्स
हो।
तो इसमें जरूर पार्टिसिपेट करें, क्योंकि कोई ऐसी चीज अस्यूम नहीं कर रहे हैं हम लोग। अभी तो टोपोलॉजिकल सेटिंग में भी धीरे धीरे आएंगे, तो उसको भी थोड़ा सा वो किया जाएगा। तो इट्स स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी ये एक तरीके से वो है, कोई बहुत लोग उसमें नहीं जा रहे हैं। तो ठीक है।
तो इस कड़ी को आगे बढ़ाइए सर, और जो है आज डिस्कशन करते हैं, लोगों से अनुरोध भी करते हैं कि इसमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा जो है पार्टिसिपेट करें लोग।
स्टूडेंट्स भी आए तो स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी कोई ऐसी बात नहीं है, क्योंकि सिंपली लीनियर अलजेब्रा मैट्रिक्स थियरी थोड़ी सी है, और कोई ऐसी जरूरत नहीं है ज्यादा।
बिल्कुल।
तो शेयर करें, हम इसको शुरू करें।
1 मिनट।
तो क्या इसको फ्राइडे इसको ही रखा जाए क्या, सिर्फ वंस अ वीक?
चलो ठीक है, फ्राइडे को ही रख लो, देख लो सब लोग अपना वो कर लो।
फ्राइडे को रखा जा सकता है, मतलब वंस अ वीक। हाँ, तो उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, और लोगों से बात कर लेते हैं। और वंस अ वीक रखना हो तो किसी भी दिन बात की जा सकती, तो वो ग्रुप में बात कर लेते हैं सर।
और ये ट्रिपल आईटी में तुमने नहीं भेजा है क्या उसका वो?
सर जितने जगह पे हमारे पास संपर्क थे सब जगह भेजा था हमने।
वो शायद उन लोगों को शायद नहीं पता है वो।
अच्छा।
आईटी में जो कुछ स्टूडेंट्स लोग हैं, तो हमसे पूछ रहे थे लोग, तो कर हम भूल गए, हमें भेज दिए होते, लेकिन
ठीक सर, ठीक, आप भेज दीजिएगा। और चाहे तो नंबर हमें भेज दीजिए तो हम भेज देंगे।
ठीक
ठीक है सर।
ठीक है। और स्टूडेंट्स को जो मास्टर्स डिग्री के हैं वो सब अटेंड कर सकते हैं, उसको कहो, मैं उनके लिए काफी वो होगा। तो हम इसमें कुछ अस्यूम तो नहीं कर रहे हैं, और कुछ पूछना चाहें, कुछ डिस्कस करना चाहें लोग, तो वैसे भी कर सकते हैं। बेसिक लीनियर अलजेब्रा कर रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल जी।
ओके, सो लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन। ये है व्हाइट बोर्ड, कौन सा है? आईफोन, ये व्हाइट बोर्ड है ना? ये कौन सा? ये वाला व्हाइट बोर्ड, ये गलत हो, ये गड़बड़ हो गया। आई एम सॉरी, कट गया क्या?
नहीं सर,
हाँ,
कटा नहीं है।
अच्छा, ये क्या क्या
ये आपका गूगल आ रहा है, सिर्फ व्हाइट बोर्ड नहीं आ रहा
ये कुछ आ रहा है,
ये सिर्फ स्क्रीन पर आ रहा है। ये गूगल आपका जो है
ये
वो
व्हाइट बोर्ड उसका वाला आ रहा है।
नहीं,
ये अभी ये कौन सा
आप इसको जो स्क्रीन पर है उसको आप कट करिए, मतलब क्रॉस करके इंड करिए।
हाँ, फिर ये स्क्रीन शेयर पॉस्ट, तो स्क्रीन शेयर को मैं फिर रिज्यूम शेयर ये फिर आ गया वही वाला, तो इसको हमको किल करना होगा।
इसको आप मिनिमाइज कर दीजिए।
इसको मिनिमाइज कर दिया हमने, फिर उसको कुछ खुल नहीं रहा है। ये जूम का मीटिंग को है ये इसमें फिर ये कैसे आ रहा है भाई, ये कहाँ गया? फिर से हम खोल रहे हैं तो क्या, स्टॉप शेयर रिज्यूम शेयर कर रहे हैं, उसको मिनिमाइज कर रहे हैं तो फिर खत्म हो जा रहा है, क्या मामला है?
सर मिनिमाइज नहीं हो रहा है, हम लोगों के पास वही आ रहा है।
अच्छा, तो मिनिमाइज इसको हम कर तो रहे हैं यहाँ से, तो इसमें मिनिमाइज करने के बाद हाँ, ये फिर हम ज्वाइन करें, क्या हो रहा है, ये कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है।
सर एक बार आप जो है अपना सिस्टम साइज ज्वाइन करने से फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, आप लैपटॉप जो है शट डाउन कीजिए और फिर से ओपन कीजिए।
लैपटॉप को ही शट डाउन कर दें?
जी,
लैपटॉप को शट डाउन प्रॉपरली जो किया था वैसे करना हो क्या, या बस
वैसे कर दीजिए। शायद कुछ हैंग वाली दिक्कत हुई हो, तो जो है लैपटॉप शट डाउन कीजिए, फिर से आपको ज्वाइन करना होगा। जी,
फिर ये आ गया है, यही आया है, ये अपकमिंग मीटिंग टुडे एडमिट, तो sharing is paused, Zoom share and न्यू शेयर किया। हाँ, न्यू शेयर करने पर ये आ गया है, तो गूगल क्रोम का नहीं, ये कौन था, ये आईफोन व्हाइट बोर्ड, ये आ गया।
हाँ आ गया
ये, अच्छा फिर ठीक है, ये आ गया तो बस ठीक है। ये क्या, ये जूम वाला आया है, पहला वाला नहीं आ रहा है क्या? इसमें
नहीं,
जूम
पहला वाला नहीं आ रहा है।
अरे रे, तो कैसे क्या, हमको उसको देखने से पता चलता था क्या कर रहे थे। चलो खैर, फिर शुरू करते हैं, देखते हैं ये जूम वाला कैसे, ये न्यू, ये एक है। हाँ, ये जो हम करते हैं तो ये नहीं आ रहा है ना। हाँ, आ गया, ये आ गया, ये
एक मिनट देख रहे हैं,
इसको हम फिल कर देते हैं। आया है, ये
अभी
दूसरा
तो नहीं आ रहा
है, दूसरा
अभी नहीं आया
है,
नहीं,
दूसरा व्हाइट बोर्ड नहीं आया,
वही वाला दिखाई पड़ रहा है। इसमें कुछ और नया तो दिखाई नहीं पड़ रहा सर।
इसमें तो आ गया है, यहाँ पे स्क्रीन तो शेयर किया है हमने, तो आज चाहिए
टॉप शेयर कर दीजिए सर,
शेयर स्क्रीन। ये आ गया, ये वाला जो है ना, यहाँ ये आ गया।
हाँ अब आ गया, बढ़िया जी।
ठीक है, चलो इसको हम थोड़ा सा वो कर लें, बढ़ा दें। अरे इसको हम यहाँ ऊपर जाते हैं, वहाँ आ गया, ठीक
जी बिल्कुल।
हाँ, तो अब हम ओके, सो आई अगेन रिकॉल सम ऑफ द, ये कहाँ गायब क्या हो जाता है, ये गायब कुछ चीजें मतलब धीरे धीरे आती हैं, पता नहीं क्या हो जाता है। चलो okay, so let me again recall some of the things which we did last time. So orthogonal group. So let me recall again this orthogonal group. And some of the algebraic properties of orthogonal group we discussed last time, and we also observed that it has a maximal torus and every element is of ON is conjugate to. So actually it contains a subgroup of the type this, as we observed last time. This contains a subgroup of the type, say, for example, here. So ON contains so O2N 2M contains a subgroup isomorphic to say SO2M, SO2 cross SO2 cross SO2 M times. And indeed, if you take SO2M plus 1, that also contains such a subgroup. And this is your torus. This is S1 cross S1 cross S1 M times. So this is torus of dimension M. This is torus of dimension M, and it contains a subgroup of this type. This we shall be using while doing representation theory, and this is indeed a maximal torus in this. Any subgroup which is isomorphic to this, conjugate to this, is what is called torus. Any subgroup which is isomorphic to this is called a torus. And there are many tori in O2M, and they are all conjugate, as we shall see. So this is your maximal torus, which we discussed last time. Now you see, O2N also acts. O2N acts on Sn minus 1. This also we observed last time, and this is a transitive action. ON acts on Sn minus 1. That this is also there. Now, one more thing I wanted to say about ON is that ON not only acts Sn minus 1 transitively. Indeed, ON acts transitively on the set of all k-dimensional subspaces, on all the set of all k-dimensional subspaces. And this is important group for the Euclidean geometry. You see that if you look into the Sn on Sn minus 1, or let me take this Sn, and ON plus 1 acts on Sn plus 1. So on Sn, we have a metric. So what is that metric? That metric, the usual Euclidean metric is there. So Sn is contained in Rn plus 1. That Euclidean metric is there, but that metric is there. It's not so nice for this geometry, doing geometry on Sn. So here we have a spherical metric. On Sn we have another metric, which is angular metric, which is your spherical metric. So that I'll write as dsn xy. You take x and y two vectors here in Sn, so the distance between x and y is the angular distance. So let me define it. So dsn xy is defined by this formula. So this is your xy, and this is your Euclidean inner product. dsn xy is Euclidean inner product. So this is a metric, and this is not difficult to prove. You can easily prove it using vector algebra. And what happens if you take, you see, as we have observed, that orthogonal group acts transitively on the set of k-dimensional subspaces. So therefore it acts transitively on 3-dimensional subspaces also. So what you can see, what you can say, that you can just embed this, take this x, y, z in R3 cross 0 here. So you can x, y3 below x vector and y vector belongs to R3, and you can treat these vectors as here in R3, because orthogonal group acts transitively on 3-dimensional subspaces. So on 3-dimensional subspaces, so if x, y, z will be in certain 3-dimensional subspace, so you can obtain a matrix A such that x bar A, x bar B, x bar, y bar A, and z bar A that belongs to R3. So we can easily we can take this x, y, z, all these three vectors to be in R3, and in R3 we can use vector algebra to prove this this result, which you can easily prove. So this is a metric, and this is your spherical metric. This is spherical metric. So this Sn dsn. So here on S2 you have, this is the angular metric. You know, if you have two vectors here, then this the angle, this the angular distance. It measures the angular distance, and it's easy to observe that this topologically it is the same as the Euclidean metric Sn dE. If you restrict dE to Sn, these two topologically, forget about if you don't know topology, just leave it. So they are same, but the geometry here is different. I mean, DSN. This is what is your spherical geometry, right? Spherical geometry. So the SN DSN. Now let's come to the unitary group. So this we shall discuss maybe sometime later. So unitary group, what is unitary group? That also we recalled. So unitary group is the group which is the set of all the complex matrices which keep the Hermitian inner product, the Euclidean inner product invariant. So this is the set of A belonging to G, L, and C, such that X bar A, Y bar A, and this is the Hermitian product, Hermitian inner product. This is equal to X bar Y, and this is equivalent to say that the Hermitian conjugate A transpose A star A is identity, which is your A star. So so the group of such matrices is what is called unitary matrices. So therefore you see that you have an exact sequence from UN. You have a determinant map from UN. You take any unitary matrix, so determinant of A into determinant of A star is equal to 1. So that means determinant A into determinant A bar is equal to 1. So determinant A is a unit vector. So that means it's a member of S1. So here we have a surjective homomorphism as SUN to this thing. So this is an exact sequence. This is what we discussed last time here. And indeed, we also observed that UN, algebraically, it is the semi-direct product of SUN and S1. There is a splitting here from S1 to this group. So this is UN is this group, and the centers and all those things as we described for orthogonal, you can describe here also, and normal subgroups of UN can also be described in that manner. So I'll just go. So that is, so let's look into some particular cases here. The important one, yes. Yeah, so SU, so N is equal to 1, there is nothing to do, it is U1, and U1 you know is your S1, S1. And let's come to U2, maybe SU2. You see, here UN is just the semi-direct product of SUN and S1. What you may do is that you take SUN and multiply the members of S1 to SUN, say in the first row itself, and you will obtain all the members of UN. So that is how you can get UN. So it is better, we may restrict ourselves to SUN. So what is the SU2 here? SU2, I just say here, you can just easily see that SU2 is a 2 cross 2 matrix. 2 cross 2 matrix, so what is this matrix? This matrix is A, say, let me write U, V, W, X, such that U, V, W, X, and it's, say, conjugate. What is the conjugate? U bar, and here is your W bar, and V bar, and X bar. This is identity matrix. This is identity matrix. So 1, 1, 0, 0. And let me also say that the determinant, that is determinant is Ux minus WV is equal to 1. right? So that is SU2. And you know, a member of a UN is simply the consists of rows, such that each row is a the rows form an orthonormal basis with respect to the unitary inner product. So that will mean that u square plus v square is equal to 1, and w square plus x square is equal to 1, and uw minus vx is equal to 0. It's orthogonal orthogonal here. So that is equal to this. And then this is and the determinant is 1. ux plus wv minus wv is equal to 1. So using this, putting u is equal to e to the power I some u square plus v square is equal to 1, you can easily see. So I'm just giving this, you can prove by simple calculations, etc., that u can be written as some, say, x0 plus ix1. Suppose u is x0 plus ix1, v will be, say, x2 plus ix3, and w is minus v bar here. W is minus v bar minus x3 plus ix2 minus x2 plus ix3, and this is your x0 and x is your x0 minus ix1. So that means u2 is precisely this set of these matrices, matrices of this type: x0 plus ix1, x1, x2 plus ix3, and minus x2 plus ix3. This is complex, this is negative of the complex conjugate of this. This is negative of the complex conjugate of this, and this is conjugate of this. So that is ix1, such that x0 square plus x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square is equal to 1. So this is unitary group, and this you can. Okay, so now let's see. This you can also write as this is x0 into identity matrix plus x1 into this matrix minus I 0 0 plus x2 into the matrix 0 0 1 minus 1, and plus x3 into I, this matrix. And you can easily see, you can easily observe that if you take this to be a real number, and you remember your quaternion group ijk. So take this I and x2j plus x3k. Where what is I square? I square is minus 1, j square is minus 1, and k square is minus 1, right? And ij is equal to k, jk is equal to I, etc., etc. So I'm not quite sure. You can see that हो सकता है इसको आप लोगों को थोड़ा interchange करना पड़े to have this relation. I j is equal to k, j is equal to k, etc., etc. So therefore you can easily see that SU2 is precisely the set of quaternions of the type x0 plus x1 I plus x2j plus x3k, such that x0 square plus x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square is equal to 1. So the elements of this type are called quaternions. You know, so you remember the quaternion algebra. The quaternion algebra is what? Quaternion algebra, you can see it's a R4, and you take 1 I j k, etc. This as a basis. Take these symbols as basis, and then define product in R4 by extending the product of the quaternion group I square is equal to minus 1, j square is equal to minus 1, k square is equal to minus 1, etc. To R4. So this gives you an algebra which is your R4, and this is a division algebra. R4 is a division algebra, as Himadri was saying, he wanted to show that these are So R square, R4, these are all division algebras in certain respect, with some condition. So non-division algebra, so to say. So R4, this is a division algebra, and the elements of these are called quaternions, and this SU2 is the unit quaternions. SU2 is unit quaternion. So SU2 and can also be identified with the this as S3 because the coordinates x0, x1, x2, x3 there's some sigma xi square is equal to 1. So SU2 is S3, and we have a product here. So you see that on S3 we have a product here. We S3 just as in on S1 we had the product with respect to which it is a group, and S3 is also a group, non-commutative group here. So that is S3, and you also remember that O4 over O4 acts on S3, and the isotropic group at E1 here is O3. So O3 is embedded in O4 as 1 A 0 0 0 etc. So O3 is, and so O4 over O3 as there is a bijective correspondence from this to this, which is topologically also good, means homeomorphism, which if you just take this is the isotropic group is O3, so O4 upon O3, the set of right cosets is in bijective correspondence with S3 here, and from S3 to O4 we have a so to say a section kind of thing. What you do, you take a quaternion here Q, which Q is your A0 plus A1I plus A2J plus A3K. Then this is a member of R4, and multiplication by this Q. So let's take any X here in R4 and map it to QX. So this is a mapping from R4 to R4. You can easily see that this is a Noun algebra. So this, you can easily see that this X goes to Q times X is a linear transformation, and it preserves length because it's a norm algebra. Norm of Q into norm of X. Norm of QX is norm of Q into norm of X. It is already a linear transformation. So therefore it's an orthogonal transformation. So you can map this Q to an orthogonal transformation FQ here, right? So section SQ here. So you have a splitting here, and SQ will go to Q through this action. You can easily see because it fixes one. So that is the section section over here in the multiplication on S3 describes a section also. So normally it is not true that ON upon ON minus 1 splits. I mean ON upon ON minus 1. You see you have Sn minus 1, but you may not have a section. This section exists in case of 1, 3, and 7. So that is the thing. So this is about this thing. Now let's see how to relate UN and orthogonal group. So UN is more or less an orthogonal group, so to say. So that I'll try to discuss over here. So look at, so I just, it's a complex versus reals. So I wish to have some relationship over here. So I think last time we did it. If you take any from C to M to R. So the members of C we wish to look at, we wish to view as a 2 + 2 matrix. So M to R, right? So here 1I can be taken as the basis of R. So here we have the identification as follows. You take A plus IB, and let us take this map to be, say, let me call this psi map here. So psi A plus IB equal to A minus B. So what is this? This is your A into identity plus B into this matrix, which is your special matrix here, 0, 0, minus 1, 1. So this is a matrix. So A plus IB, you map to this. So you can easily see, check that psi is injective and it preserves the operation, the field operations, I mean the ring operation. So psi is injective ring homomorphism. So C can be viewed as a subfield of the matrix ring M2R as given here. And you see here that the conjugation corresponds to transpose here. A minus IB goes to the transpose of this matrix. So the psi of A plus IB transpose. So the conjugation corresponds to the transpose under this correspondence. So that is the correspondence. Now let us extend it to arbitrary matrices here. I mean from M and C. So this way we can embed M and C to M2 NC. How M2NR? How? See what you do here, you take any matrix here, Aij here. If you take any matrix Aij here, then what you do, this is either this is n cross n matrix. So so you look at a 2n cross 2n matrix which entries are blocks of 2 cross 2 matrices. So that means we consider it as something like Bij here, where Bij is an entry in M2R. Bij is an entry in M2R. And what is Bij? Bij is your psi Aij. Psi of Aij. So psi of Aij, if your Aij is something to say Cij plus Cij plus Dij, here I times Dij, it will be a complex entry. So this will be what? This will be simply your Cij and minus Dij and Dij and Cij. So in ith row jth column you put this block, right? So therefore you get a 2n cross 2n matrix. So for example, if you look into say the usual in U2, yes, U2 case, if you have this x0 plus ix1 x1 x2 plus ix3 3 and minus x2 plus ix3 and x0 minus ix1. Say for example this, you can easily see what will be this. This is a 4 cross 4 matrix. So what is here? X0 and minus x1 and x0. And similarly for this you have, I mean you can fill it up, no problem, right? Minus x3 and similarly for this you have minus x2 and minus x2 here and minus x3 and similarly x0 x1 minus x1 here you see. So this is the matrix. So every 2 plus 2 unitary matrix which determinant 1 means x0 is square plus x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square is equal to 1 can be viewed as this. So that way you have a map from M and C to M2NR. So this map also again we will denote by Xi. So Xi is this map, and this can easily be checked. See, through block multiplication. I mean, you can just check that this Xi as here A plus IB goes to A minus BBA. So just check there, and then the block multiplication says that this is also a ring homomorphism, and clearly this is injective because of the coordinate description. So it is injective. This is a injective ring homomorphism. So MNC can be thought of as a member of as M2NR. So any group here in MNC can be thought of as a subgroup of M2NR because it preserves the ring structure. So therefore, for example, UN can also be viewed as a member over here, and you can easily check. So check, this is simple. So all these things are easy to check. I mean, simple calculations, and which maybe You verify for 2 cross 2, and it is simply you have to look into how the multiplication from left and multiplication from right acts. Say for example, this taking back, etc., how it transforms the rows and columns. So then the calculation becomes easy, and it is a straightforward observation mode, so to say. It is nothing more than that observation. Instead of going to calculation, you can use the block multiplications. Then you can easily check that here what does this. So this is not a surjective thing. This is not, psi is not surjective. It is some subring over here. So what is the subring over here that I can describe here? So image psi m and c, you can view easily. This is the set of all those matrices A. Okay, so let me look at. So here actually I have not yet described classified the skew symmetric matrices. I'll do maybe little later. So A such that A into look at this matrix A into some matrix I'm writing down here. A in J is equal to JA. This is an important matrix. AJ is equal to A. So the matrix is A belonging to M2R, GL and M2R, 2 plus 2 matrix, such that A into J is equal to J into A. And how J comes? J is just this matrix. 1, here it is 1, 1, sorry, 0, 0, minus 1, 1. 0, 0, minus 1, 1. So that you remember that matrix. So that is the J. So J is such that A. So this is the set of all such matrices. And what is J? J, you can put the 2 plus 2 block matrices, 0, 1, minus 1, 1, 0, and here 0, minus 1, 1. Sorry, blocks, diagonal, only diagonal. So here is your 0, 0, minus 1, 1, and so on, so on. So J2 I can write as J2 as a matrix minus 1, 0, sorry, 0, minus 1, 1, and 0, etc. And J2 in the diagonal. So you see that is the matrix. So this is a 2n plus 2n matrix, and the image of this can be easily seen here. If you take A to be any element of this type, then you can look at, say for example here itself, in this example itself, you can see. So that is the set of this these matrices, and since it preserves the structure here, so psi GL and 2C will be what? GL and C will be what? GL and C will be what? This will be those members A belonging to GL and 2, GL and 2R, GL 2NR, such that A into J is equal to J into A. So that is the group, the image here. See, and further, now I also wish to check here. Now check here. Again, you can check here that if A Hermitian conjugate. So what is Hermitian conjugate? So I had taken the notation this, which is your A bar and transpose. So this is the A bar transpose is the Hermitian conjugate. So this of psi of Hermitian conjugate A star this, you can easily see that this is psi of A transpose. That is the psi A transpose. So, for example, in the case, you can see that psi A star is taking. You see, you can just verify for 2 cross 2 matrices, and then use the block multiplication. So that is the that is how you can verify. It's not difficult. It's a simple calculation, and you can do faster than much faster than me. So that is the thing. Okay, so. So it takes Hermitian conjugate to transpose. It converts Hermitian conjugate to, for 1 plus 1 matrix, we have, it's simply the conjugate transpose. Conjugate goes to the transpose, but for 2 plus 2 matrix you can easily see, and it is sufficient to verify for 2 plus 2 matrix. So this is Hermitian conjugate goes to, so therefore if A belongs to UN, A belongs to UN, then A star A is A star is identity. So that will mean that psi A transpose psi A is identity. So that will mean that psi A is a member of O2N. That is a member of O2N. So U2N can be viewed as a subgroup of O2N. Right? Anything? Any difficulty? It's a simple thing, you can look into it. So UN is mapped to O2N. So UN is a subgroup of orthogonal group, but something more, it is also not surjective. So this psi restricted to this is not a surjective, it's an injective mapping from UN to O2N. So what is its image? That is something one should see, and that is also easy to observe. So actually what will be psi UN? Psi UN, the members of psi UN has to satisfy this condition A, this condition psi A to transpose psi A is identity matrix. That condition has to be there, and then you see that this should also psi A, and what was that condition, that it belongs to, it has to it has to commute with the matrix J, that big J we saw, J psi A. Psi A is a 2n plus 2n matrix. So what are the psi A? Psi A is an orthogonal matrix. It's a member of O2n, and psi A J is psi A J is equal to J psi A. And you remember that what was J? J was a skew symmetric matrix, 0, -1, 1, 0, etc., etc., and 0, 0, -1, 1, 0, and maybe I'll show that any non-degenerate skew symmetric matrix, non-singular skew symmetric matrix is congruent to this matrix. Any non-degenerate skew symmetric matrices and Hermitian matrices we have already classified. Forms we have already classified. We have not yet classified Hermitian form, which maybe I'll do wherever it is needed. So, so this is J, which is a skew symmetric matrix, and then you can easily see that this the psi A J psi A transpose is equal to J. So this is the form coming out of this. These groups also keep invariant the form coming out, the non-degenerate skew symmetric bilinear form. So it keeps invariant the skew symmetric bilinear form, and that is perhaps the precise definition of the symplectic group. So psi A is we shall come to this maybe a little later. Psi A belongs to the symplectic group, sp2nr, symplectic group. So what are the symplectic group? What are the members of the symplectic group? A such that A into J2n here, J2n A transpose is J2n. That is the group, because J2n is a non-degenerate matrix, non-singular matrix. So this forms a group. Therefore, ये already हम लोग discuss कर चुके हैं. So this is your symplectic group. So what it simply amounts to say that the UN is precisely the intersection of the orthogonal group O to N intersection the symplectic group S2 to R. right? So it is precisely the O2n and symplectic group. So it is intersection of these two groups. ये इन सबों की थोड़ी बहुत कभी कभी जरूरत पड़ेगी तो हम लोग यूज करेंगे maybe in the representation theory. So that is UN, which is your O2n in intersection with symplectic group UN. So we have described. So try to describe U1 and U2, right? So I just for the time being keep it as it is. So that is the thing which is here. Now let me do again. So far we have been doing the symmetric forms, not symmetric form. So let us also discuss this this form, the form coming out of. You see, what is that matrix? Let us look into this matrix. -1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 here. So I don't know what notation we took. We take J1 P -1, J1 N -1, J1 N. Let me say. Let me call this matrix to be this. So this is a symmetric matrix. This is a symmetric matrix, and let O1N denote the group. So let me call this to be J1 N here. O1N denote the set of those matrices A belonging to N plus 1 cross N plus 1 matrix here, A, such that A J1N A transpose is equal to J1N. So consider this. So, right? So what does it mean? So this simply means, so you have a form here. You have a form. What is that form? The standard form. On Rn plus 1, you have a standard form. And that what is that form? That form is X bar, Y bar. And I'll call this form, this also as a product, as some kind of inner product, not positive definite. It is not the Euclidean inner product. So this I'll call to the Lorentz inner product. This is Lorentz inner product. And this I am writing as -x1 y1 plus x2 y2 plus xn yn. So that is the form coming out of this matrix. So what is this? This is your x bar j1 n y bar transpose. So this is the matrix, right? So this is what we shall call to be the Lorentz inner product. So we shall call it to be the Lorentz inner product. Lorentz inner product. It has a lot to do with the hyperbolic geometry and also relativity theory for n equal to 3. So this is Lorentz inner product you see here. This is the group ON N, and again you see that some simple observations about this group can be easily observed. So just try to see what is O11. O11. Try to describe O11. You can perhaps easily see that O11 is your sine hyperbolic theta, cos hyperbolic theta, and cos hyperbolic theta, cos hyperbolic theta, right? And then this cos hyperbolic theta minus sine hyperbolic theta. Right, so you can easily see that it is something like this. You can see the calculus. I'll come to that more explicitly. So that is the Lorentz inner product here, and this O1N satisfied. So you see that the matrices here are A, J1N, A transpose. These are all simpler symmetric matrices. So that is the group, and this group is called Lorentz group. And indeed, we also talked about the group OPQ, OPQ, where P plus Q is equal to 1. So here is P is -1 and Q is N. That is the group, and it's more or less sufficient to discuss these groups. This Lorentz group. So I'll come to this. The Lorentz group, O P plus Q, this group. So this is a Lorentz group. So I wish to describe the geometry coming out of this Lorentz group. So again, you see that the Lorentz group O1n. Okay, so how the elements of O1n looks like. So I say here, just as in case of orthogonal group here. So what I say here is that look at the A belongs to O1n if, okay. So let me make some definitions here. So okay, let me make some definitions here first. Okay, so so here is your Rn plus 1. And this will look as R1 and the Lorentzian n space. This notation will be taking here. So it is just as a vector space. This is Rn plus 1. But here the form is your the form which we have described, x bar y bar l. So that is the form here. So so that is x bar y bar here. And let me do some geometry here. So here also you can talk of the orthogonality with respect to this. So they will be termed as Lorentz orthonormal set of vectors. So I'll have to do a little bit here, the geometry, so to say. So look at this O1n here. And so look at the norm. The Lorentz norm. Lorentz norm. So what is this? X, X, L here. So this Lorentz norm is square here. Lorentz norm is square here. So what is this? This is your minus x1 square plus x2 square plus xn square. So this may be 0. This may be 0 also. This may be minus 1. 0 and this may be negative, this may be positive, this may be 0 also. So if it is 0, you know that then x1 square is equal to x2 square plus so what people say, it's light-like vector. It's light-like vectors. So x L square equal to 0 mean that x bar is a light-like vector. So if you remember this form, minus c square t square plus x square plus y square plus z square. So if in the relativity theory, for example, x square plus y square plus z square minus this Lorentz form is very important. So x square plus y square plus z square is equal to c square t square. So that is the light cone. That is the light cone here. So following the similar terminology here, this is what is called light. Such vectors are called light vectors. And if x bar this is greater than 0, then we call it to be the space-like vector. Space-like vector. Space-like vector. And if this is less than 0, then we say that it is time-like vector. So time, I mean, you can, the signals may, no, time-like vector, you know, minus c square t square is greater, c square t square is greater than x square plus y square plus z square. But that means a time ct square is greater than. So this is time-like vector. And perhaps this may be termed as, I don't know, the unphysical word kind of thing. So time-like vector. So I have to describe O1n, the Lorentz group, I have to do some geometry also. So O1n here. So this is a time-like vector here. And so we say that x and y are said to be orthogonal, Lorentz orthogonal if this is equal to 0. And we shall restrict ourselves to the set of time-like vectors. So time-like vectors. And more explicitly, I will look into the hyperbolic end space Hn, which is your x bar, which is your x1, x2, xn plus 1, such that x1 square minus x1 square plus x2 square plus xn square is equal to -1, or so to say x1 square minus x2 square minus xn square is equal to 1. And if you take this condition, this is a disconnected space. So for example, if you just see the n equal to 2 case H2, then H2 is a hyperboloid, right? It should be hyperboloid. So take this as a x1 axis, and this as x2 axis, this as x3 axis, then x1 square. So this is what? This is 2 blocks. Hyperbola 2 block, hyperbola 2 block. So to do geometry, one needs a connected, because otherwise you cannot have a path. You cannot have a path. You cannot have a geodesic kind of thing. So in that case, you have to look into the connected component, connected part of it, and we look at the upper part of the hyperboloid. So that is Hn. So here is x1 greater than 0. So that is our Hn. We are looking here. Hn. That is Hn. So Hn, the upper part of the hyperboloid. So x1 square is greater than x1 square is greater than x1 square is greater than x2 square plus xn square. So these are all time-like vectors, time-like vectors here, time-like vectors here. And this hyperboloid is really the right cone, and the rest of the space is your space-like vectors. So x1 square is greater than or equal to x2 square plus xn plus 1 square Hn. And here, so look at. So first of all, you see here that the Lorentz group acts आवाज जा रही है हमारी? Are you able to listen? Hello?
Yeah,
yes sir, it is audible.
So O1n acts on this Hn. Hn union H minus n A, x bar A, L is x bar L, x bar L. And you see that if it is 1, so it preserves Hn and H minus n here. Hn may go to H minus n, Hn minus n may go to Hn depending on A. See, if A is there's some orientation is different, then it may take Hn to H minus n and H minus n to Hn also. So what we shall restrict ourselves. So this is O1n, the Lorentz group. So Lorentz group, I'll look at. I'll say I will look at a positive Lorentz group. Actually, I'm interested. It's geometry. You see, these are two connected components. So if you want to do some geometry here, you have to look into the connected component. So O1n. So I wish to look into the group of isometry of this. So this is a larger one. So O1n. So look at those members. So I'll write is O plus 1n. O plus 1n is the set of all those matrices A belonging to O1n, means Lorentz matrices, the matrices which are Lorentz or orthogonal matrices. We call the members here to be Lorentz orthogonal matrix also. So A1n here, such that it preserves, of course, the Lorentz orthogonal matrix. It will preserve the length, etc. But I'll also say that the E1A So it takes upper part to upper part. So x1 positive should go to the positive. So simply I will take E1A, the E1 vector A, and E1 take the inner product. So this is the Euclidean inner product I'm looking at. So this is E1, this is greater than 0. So simply means that x1 is greater than 0. So those A such that if you apply x bar A, so that will be some y1, y2, so that y1 has to be greater than 0 whenever x1 is greater than 0. So that is the
अनंत कुमार यादव, ये यूपीएससी की तैयारी कर रहा है।
yes.
इसको हम कहे थे कि एडमिशन ले लो, साथ में आप तैयारी करते हैं।
So
फॉर्म डालते हैं।
so that is the positive Lorentz group O plus 1n, which takes upper part of the hyperboloid to the upper part of the hyperboloid. So this is the positive Lorentz group O1 plus n. And then you can also talk of the special Lorentz orthogonal group looking at the determinant map. And what our purpose is to see that this is indeed the symmetry, the group of isometry of the hyperbolic n space. So this is our aim now, to see that the hyperbolic n space disappears as a group of symmetries of the orthogonal of the hyperbolic n space, just as ON appears as the group of isometry of the symmetric of the spherical n space. See, if you take Sn, I don't know whether I forgot to mention or not, this DSN, if you look into the spherical metric here, then ON is just the group of isometry of the spherical n space with respect to this metric. So that is the ON here. And this we want to we'll show that this is indeed the group of isometry of the, but then what is a metric here that one has to describe the hyperbolic n space. So let me do some simple observations. So the first proposition here, if x is a time-like vector, and x, y, they are Lorentz orthogonal, then y is space-like. So let me prove it. So anyway, so first let me make an observation here. So what is x bar, y bar, L? I wish to put it in the Euclidean in form of Euclidean seat here. So this is your minus x1, y1 plus what you do, you project this x Rn plus 1 to the Rn plus 1 to Rn. So that projection I'm taking to be P, say x bar P here and y bar P here, and take the Euclidean inner product. So the Lorentz inner product can be described in this form. So these are the relations which you can use to use your usual vector algebra, to get information about this. So x bar y bar L is minus x1 y1 plus x bar y bar E, and this you can also see that this is the same thing as x bar j y. So what is x bar j? X bar j is a vector which is coming out of this matrix j, which I look j1n. So that is minus 1 1. So I hope you will bear with the notation, etc. So 1 here. So you take j is this. So x bar j does simply the first coordinate is, it negates the first coordinate, coordinate, and the rest coordinate remains the same. And then this is equal to the Euclidean norm here. This is the Euclidean. So the relationship between the Lorentz inner product and this is this, and this is also, or you can take this to be the x bar and y bar j here. So that is also there. And maybe you can look into the, you can do the whole of Lorentz vector algebra in 3x3 case. If you are in 3x3 case, then you can also define the Lorentz vector product as simply you can put this j x cross x cross y and j. That is the Lorentz inner product. And then in at least in R3 case, R1-2 case, you can use your usual vector algebra to prove the results using these relations. So that is simple observation, and maybe you can use this to prove this also. This is very simple to prove. So let me prove here. Yeah. So x bar is a time-like vector. So x bar is x1, x2, xn here, and such that xn plus 1 here, such that x1 square is greater than x2 square plus xn plus 1 square, because it is a time-like vector. So minus x1 square, that is negative. So this is a time-like vector in the hyperbola part. So that is the, or maybe it is in Hn itself. So x bar is this vector. So x1 bar is given to be this vector. And x bar, y bar is what? X bar, y bar, L is your minus x1, y1 plus x2, y2 plus xn plus 1, yn plus 1 equal to 0. So therefore x1 y1 you see is x2 y2 plus so on plus xn plus 1 yn plus 1, and this you can easily see that this is your x bar p and y bar p, and you are in the Euclidean inner product. You are in the Euclidean inner product, right? So this is y1. So y1 is equal to x1 to the power minus 1, and this is the Euclidean inner product, right? Y bar p. This is the Euclidean inner product, right? And what we have to show? We have to show that y is a space-like vector. Y is a space-like vector means y1 square is less than y2 square plus y3 square plus yn plus 1 square. So that is what we have to show. Y1 square is less than or equal to this for space-like vector. This is something which you have to show. So what is this equal to? So this is equal to x1 to the power minus 2 and xp yp. Sorry, this is x1 yp, x1 y1 is this inner product. This is the Euclidean inner product. I'm sorry, this is the Euclidean inner product. Am I right? This is the Euclidean inner product. X bar p means we have projected x bar to x2, x3, xn, and y bar is y2, yn. So that is this thing. This is equal to this. So x bar. So this is the Euclidean inner product. X bar p Euclidean inner product. This. Right, and this is less than or equal to what? X bar p square, x1 to the power minus 2, and look at this x bar. So use your usual identities: x bar p square, y bar p square. So that is the what the Cauchy inequality, Cauchy inequality for p e square. Right, and then you know that this is greater than or equal to this we have taken. So therefore this is less than or equal to, this is y1 square is less than or equal to this thing, because x1 square is less than this part is less than x1 square. X1 square is greater than this, right? X1 square is greater than this. X1 square, x1 was a time-like vector. X1 was a time-like vector means what? X1 was a time-like vector. So x1 square is greater than or equal to this thing. So therefore, you see that property is satisfied by p square. So that is the anything which is orthogonal to Lorentz orthogonal to a time-like vector is a space-like vector. So if you have this upper part here, any vector which is here that is in the space-like. So orthogonal Lorentz orthogonal. So that is the space-like vector. So this is the space-like vector. If you have this. Now let me just as in case of the Grassmannian, I mean the orthogonal group acts on the space of all k-dimensional subspaces where k is less than or equal to m. So similar proposition can be. So similar proposition here is also there. Similar theorem that O. So I look at O plus 1 and all the time. So I'm looking at positive time-like vectors. So positive time-like vectors, I will restrict myself to positive time-like vectors. O1 plus n. acts on the space or on the transitively transitively on the all on the set of all m-dimensional at least one vector should be time-like. So a subspace is said to be a time-like space if there is a vector which is time-like. Right? There is a vector which is time-like. So all m-dimensional time-like spaces. So what are time-like space? W is time-like if there is a vector x bar here in W such that x bar L square is less than 0. So that is the time-like so that is so on the set of all m-dimensional time-like spaces. So that is the theorem transitively on m-dimensional time-like subspaces. So this is something like Gram-Schmidt process. No, in case of ON, you remember ON acts transitively on the Grassmann and GKN, the k-dimensional subspaces of Rn. What is the proof of that? The proof uses your Gram-Schmidt process. If you remember, if you are given any k-dimensional subspace, look at the orthogonal basis of that, right? And then that you can extend to an orthonormal set of vectors, the Euclidean orthonormal set of vectors using the Gram-Schmidt process. So that gives you the thing. So here also the thing is that something like a Lorentz Gram-Schmidt process is needed, and that is permissible here. So that is true here. So that is something which we want to say here. So proof. Okay, so first of all, we had observed that if you take so let W be a m-dimensional. So m I'm taking to be less than or equal to n, of course, n plus 1. So m-dimensional time-like space. So there is a vector in W which is time-like, and you know that nothing orthogonal will be there here. So if anything which is Lorentz orthogonal to that, then that is a space-like. ये हमने अभी पहले prove किया है. So that is a space-like. So it cannot have two Lorentz orthogonal set of time-like vectors. So if you take, so let x1 be a time-like vector. So x1 is a time-like vector here, and so let us take a basis here with one vector as time-like. So let x1, x2, m be a basis, and I assume that x1 is time-like. X1 is a basis of W such that x1 is time-like. Right? So then what will happen to x1? X1 norm L square is negative. So what I do here, x1 upon, I take the, this x1 square is negative. So take its norm, take its norm, right? So x1 and take its norm, right? This is L. So take its norm, x1 square. So take its norm, right? Norm. So it may be purely imaginary. You know, if it is negative, then the square root is negative, is imaginary number. I'm taking the norm here. So x1 is this. So take this to be a vector. Let's call it to be u1. This is a vector u1. So what is u1? U1L. That will be 1. Right. So. Yeah. Right. So what I'm doing here is that the theorem is this, that if you take m-dimensional subspace time-like space, then O1n acts transitively. So that this simply means, incidentally, yeah. So if O1n is here, if you apply on any m-dimensional subspace, then it will go to the m-dimensional subspace. It will go to the m-dimensional subspace because it's a non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix, it will take m-dimensional space to a m-dimensional space, and that m-dimensional space contains a time-like vector, and this is an orthogonal matrix, and orthogonal matrix preserves the Lorentz norm, so that will also contain a norm-like vector. So obviously this acts on the space of m-dimensional vector spaces, m-dimensional time-like spaces. The only thing we needed to show that it acts transitively. So for that purpose we are doing this thing. Okay, so x1l is 1 here, that's there. Now I want, just as in the Gram-Schmidt process case, so x2 I want to say take so that x2 x1 is L is 0, right? I want to take x2 such that x2 L is 0, and the subspace generated by x2 and x1 remains the same. So what you do here, the usual process, it's a usual thing that you do, and there's nothing very special about it. So this is your x2 alpha x1 plus beta x2. And I want to just modify it, इसको कुछ थोड़ा change करना चाहते हैं, so that it becomes Lorentz orthogonal to U1. It becomes Lorentz orthogonal to U1. So maybe I can take U1 because x1 and U1 generate the same subspace. So here is U1. I can take U1 here, right? So then what you do, you x2 U1L is alpha x1 x1L, which is 1, plus beta x2 U1 L. So you can take this beta to be there, beta there, suitably this beta there, suitably beta here, and then you can suitably so that it becomes orthogonal to this, right? So then you can choose this x2 to be what? X2, which is your alpha U1, and what will be alpha? Alpha will be what? I'm sorry. What is this? X2 equal to alpha U1. Alpha U1 I have taken plus x2. This is something which I want to take to be u2, some u2. So u2 u1 I want to make it to be 0. So u1 is 1, this alpha plus beta u2 u1, beta u2 sorry, beta x2 u1, x2 u1, right? So then you can easily see what will be this equal to, right? So then you can choose this u2 suitably here and divide it by its the length, so that you can take this. So what will be this u2? U2 will be equal, u2 you can take to be something like u1 plus x2 u1 x2, am I right? It will do. It will do, I suppose. Yeah. So x2 u1 u1 is 1. So that is the thing. And then you divide it by divide by its norm. Divide by its norm. So you can do that. So therefore u2 is there, and after u2 you don't have any problem, because after u2, after x2, it is all space-like. So you can use the usual Gram-Schmidt process. So therefore you can obtain a, you can modify it to u1 u2 um plus 1 and un so that, and maybe do the same construction. You can take this to be xm plus 1 as a basis here, so that this is a basis of the space V. So then you see that take u1 u2 um plus 1 un etc., and take the matrix whose rows are u1 u2 un here, and this matrix if you take to be A here, then A will take this the usual V to V of A will be simply your Rn, the dimensional Rm cross 0. I'm sorry, it will be other way. Rm cross 0A will be equal to that vector space B. So that is the so therefore it acts transitively. It acts transitively. So I'll just make one more observation here as a corollary here. That if X and Y are time-like spaces, time-like vectors, then X, Y, L is less than or equal to the norm XL. So you see that this is negative. XL square is negative. This is a purely imaginary number, and this is also a purely imaginary number. So this is a negative number. This is the negative number. X is time-like and Y is time-like. So XL square is less than 0. YL square is less than 0. So XL, the square root, is a purely imaginary number. This is also purely imaginary number. So this is a negative number. So XYL is less than or equal to L, right? And I'm running out, so I'll just give a hint. Maybe next time also I'll come to this. So hint is that try to come to the one-dimensional time-like vector spaces and use that property that it acts transitively on time-like spaces. So one-dimensional time-like space. So there is a vector A such that X bar A goes to Y, and then A bar X bar A is A. So X bar you can suitably take to be E1, and then the calculation becomes very easy. So that is the hint in E. So X you can take to be E1 or something like alpha E1. You can prove, and sufficient to prove it for this. And then I simply say here that if X and Y are time-like space, then X bar, Y bar, negative. So now let us suppose that X and Y bar are in Hn. Suppose this Hn. So X bar L square is -1, Y bar L square is -1. We are in hyperbolic space, right? So in that case, this is less. So this is also negative in that case. That is less than or equal to 1. So what is this? This is less than or equal to -1, right? -1 to -1, -1. So therefore, you can always see that minus XY is something positive. This is positive, and what we can do here, that if it is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, you have a unique number which we will call to be DHNXY, such that cos hyperbolic of this is this. Cos hyperbolic of this is this. So hyperbolic angle. So if you take 2x and y in Hn, look at the hyperbolic angle. So this is always less. This is always greater than or equal to 0. Minus xy is greater than or equal to 0. This is greater than or equal to 0. So therefore, there exists a unique number DHNXY here, so that cos hyperbolic, you know, e to the power minus xy 2, so that this condition is satisfied. And then, as in case of spherical case, this is also a metric. This is also a metric. And next time, what we shall do, we shall show that with Hn, with this metric space, the group of isometry is your Lorentz group. So the Lorentz group essentially captures the geometry of the hyperbolic any space. And as we all know, the hyperbolic space, spherical space, and the Euclidean space, they are the building blocks of the geometries. There are 3: positive curvature, negative curvature, and so on. So that we shall. I'm sorry, I have taken more time. तो इसमें आप लोग कोई भी अगर कहीं कोई प्रॉब्लम हो तो आप लोग घर डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. So thank you.
Thank you all of you. किसी के कुछ सवाल हो, कुछ पूछना हो तो पूछ सकते हैं.
शुरू में कुछ आप लोगों को डिस्कस करना हो तो डिस्कस कर. तो कहीं कोई चीज अनएक्सप्लेन्ड रह गई हो तो प्लीज डू इट. थैंक यू.
अगली बार से हम लोग सोच रहे हैं कुछ सवालों को लेकर के ही, और लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट है
ये
कि अगर
तो सबसे अच्छा है ये सब
जी।
लोग कुछ इन्वॉल्व लोग कुछ करें और उसमें चीजें कुछ अच्छा रहेगा ना। तो
जी।
बहुत सारी चीजें निकल करके आती हैं, तो वो अच्छा रहेगा। छोटी छोटी चीजों में भी बहुत बड़ी बड़ी चीज होती है। ये ऐसा मैं फील करता हूँ कि छोटे छोटे उसमें भी बहुत सारी चीज होती है। खैर,
जी।
तो दैट इज
ठीक है, तो थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू वंस अगेन। वी विल मीट नेक्स्ट फ्राइडे, okay, at 3:30 p.m. Thank you.